activated, and those people will have to go through the visitor's part of the gate, and at that point their identification will be documented, and it's the beginning of a process of finding out who lives here and make sure everybody is safe and secure. And yes?
That's what I want to ask you. Does that have anything to do with the fact that we don't know how many people are going to be apartments and how many people are...
Yes, that has everything to do with that. Yeah, and that is one of the main reasons for this, yes. And it's also, there's a problem at the gate with who's got a barcode and who has legal barcodes. There's some people that have barcodes that shouldn't have them at all. And there are other people that are entitled to them and just aren't using them for one reason or another. So we want to make it convenient, and we want the information at the gate to be updated so they know everybody who's on our roster and working on that part of the gate. So you'll notice in the next week or two, although you'll probably receive a notice in the mail when if your barcode is going to be deactivated, you'll be notified beforehand to do something about it. But also, Howard, did you make that flyer up, Howard? Yeah, the people who are now, there's a current list of people who have gone through this in the last few days. And what we're going to do in the future is hand those people out an instruction form about this amnesty, about come in and get your barcode updated. We want to get everybody into the system as possible and gain some control over the gate. That was our security meeting, and that's what we're working on there. Thank you.
All right, Howard. The elevator restrictor installation under old business.
Okay, this has been discussed in the last, I think, 3 meetings. Basically, it's a mandated upgrade to our elevator systems mandated by the state of Florida. It's an arm that we have to install on each elevator to restrict you from coming out of the elevator if there's a fire on the floor that you're going to. We've gotten quotes from 2 new companies, and we have one from the present company that we're using, ThyssenKrupp. The companies, well, let me go back. ThyssenKrupp's contract, which is 5 years old, and it automatically renews for 5 years if we don't break it. I've already broken that contract with them. So we also have to find a new contract, a service contract for starting in July. So what I'm presenting tonight is the repair, one cost for the repairs, installation of the arms, and also new contracts going forward. Our present company, ThyssenKrupp, they only sign contracts, service contracts for 5 years, nothing less. The other 2 companies I've gotten, they signed their contracts for 3 years. What was explained to me, the reason they asked for a 3-year contract is because when they do take over a new contract, really they don't know what they're getting into, and their upfront costs to bring those elevators up to code or to really work in good conditions is a cost to them up front, and they try to recover it in at least 3 years. And that's why they ask you to sign for a 3-year contract. That being said, I've got the contracts here, and I've given the board so they can have a look at it themselves with a synopsis of what it is. Yes?
What you should have given us is the full cost of the contract, 3 or 5 years term.
It's there. Oh, no, I've got it per month, which...
Well, you should give us the full. What I'm saying is the price for doing the restrictors plus the total cost of their contract over the period of years to decide to see which is the cheapest way. But that is not.
But what I did was, no, why I did it by per month is so you can have a.
This is what we know now.
Yeah, and this is what we're paying right now.
The one guy is low, I think it's low on the restrictors.
Right.
And then they go to his price is higher than the other guy. Whatever service is higher than higher. Because what they're doing is making an investment in the restrictors to get the contract.
Get a contract, correct.
See the total cost of the restrictors for the full contract.
3 years.
That's correct.
I think you can look at the figures, yeah.
Well, you don't have to.
That's,
Surely, because elevator service and system, just for the restrictors is 15,000, all right? And then the month is 925.
You have to look at it to see how it works out.
So you're talking about 2,500. I mean, no, it's like,
I figured I'm telling you a month, times 2 years, it's like $45,000, $46,000, right? Plus his installation fee, 800, so you got roughly $55,000 job. That's what you should do on all three of them, see what's the cheapest.
okay, but then there are some items that elevator service on their monthly contract. Basically what they're offering in their monthly contract is an oil and grease contract. They don't, every part they change, you pay for. Whereas with ACE, they offer more than just the oil and grease.
So what we're saying is we don't have apples or apples.
Well, the way they write their contracts is different.
So we don't have apples or apples.
Just going over the numbers, the restrictors, Tyson Krupp, which is our company right now, they quoted $16,000, just over $16,000 to get them done.
The highest one.
ACE elevator, they quoted $8,850. Elevator services and systems, $14,848. And those are for the restrictors, and those need to be done tomorrow. We've been delaying this from December, and we need to get it done.
The cheapest one, elevator service,
Both these companies, prices that were given to us were contingent on getting the service contract for the 3 years or in 5 years in the case of Tyson Krupp. I'll go over the service contract and then we can make a decision. Tyson Krupp,
The roof is leaking.
they are presently charging us $1,500 a month. ACE has come in and they're offering $1,320 a month. And elevator service is coming at $925 a month. I had pointed out the lower price of elevator services with ACE elevator when they came in. And they're the ones who went through the contract and showed me basically what we're getting is an oil and grease contract from elevator services.
say the difference between ACE and elevator is $7,000 for the course of the contract.
Okay.
It's a $7,000 difference. Where they're less than, they're $7,000 less than ACE. Yeah, more.
Okay.
What is ACE giving us? That's more.
Let's see here.
The roof's leaking here.
Don't sit there.
You got a roof? You got a leak here?
Just
Yeah.
fixed it. I just saw that.
You can see
the
it.
roof the other day.
Paul, if you read it above, I can read it above. In the ACE contract, they're going to do the initial inspection of the whole system. They're going to recalibrate the landings and all of that. They're going to change any bearings.
Well, I'm saying, what are they doing?
They don't charge for it. They won't charge for those bearings and so forth. The only thing they will charge is if your control panels burn out, which they don't, it's a new panel you have to put in. They wouldn't accept that charge.
What are they doing?
That's what I'm saying.
For $7,000.
They will do all of those minor repairs and parts, whereas elevator service will not. They will charge you for each piece that they put in. And again, what I'm saying there, elevator service is a grease and oil contract. All they supply is oil and grease. Everything else you buy. Whereas ACE is,
So ACE is giving us a better deal even though it's $7,000 higher.
yeah, basically.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, yeah. That's strictly my opinion. board wants to have a look at it again, but we've been under the gun from the state of Florida to get this done. I mean, we're on notice.
I'll go later if you went over these contracts.
And basically, they come with a lot of good references. The engineers that started ACE, and they're now in business quite a few years, they were the original developers of the control panels that we've got in our systems.
The guy who's been doing the work, I know
Tyson.
he's very high. He's out in the field.
And we don't get the service we pay for. Tyson Crook. Yeah, their service is lousy.
Can we entertain a motion to approve
I would go with the manager's.
the restrictor of the service with
I would
ACE?
go with the manager's recommendation. To use ACE.
Yes.
So I have a motion.
Make a motion to accept the contract with ACE. No objections.
Okay, and before Terry left, he asked me if it was necessary. He votes for ACE also. He had looked at it. And it's all, there's no objections, right?
No objection.
Okay.
Excellent.
The next item would be the scuppers, the roof scuppers. You may or may not know, when the roofs were repaired, the contractors only did the flat roofs. And our roofs have what are they're referred to as scuppers. Basically what they are like drains to drain the water off of the flat roof off of the roof. Some of them have been damaged, some of them are higher than the roof. Therefore, we've got a pool on the roof instead of the water coming off. We've been looking at this for quite a while, and there were two contractors who were coming to look at it and give us a price on it. One of them, I guess, is too busy to come, so we only have one quote for the scuppers. They've been on the roofs, and what they've seen, their recommendation is to install 4 new ones, being on the Heidelberg, Grenoble, and so forth, and 2 other roofs. Right now, what they're saying, those are the ones they identified that need to be changed immediately. The others, they'll work with them to see if they can lower them without having to remove them. As they go along with those, they will advise me on whether they can work with the old ones or we have to put in new ones. But presently, what we've got a quote for is 4 new scuppers. And with the rainy season now starting, I would urge the board for us to go ahead, especially on the Heidelberg. We've had quite a few leaks on that building.
So on which one are they replacing the scuppers?
Yeah, Heidelberg and Grenoble.
I have something to add to this. When the roofs were repaired, replaced, and these scuppers are on roofs that were just recently replaced,
Yes.
is I'd like to ask the engineers why he started to slope below the scuppers when he replaced the roof.
Yeah, actually, from what I understood, the way the roof contracts were written, they were written for the flat roofs and not to include scuppers or carpet walls or anything.
My question is why did the roof slope start below the scupper level? I would like that question asked the engineer.
Certainly.
If he's at fault, I would like the engineering firm to make a difference on that. Are there errors and omissions?
Certainly we can look at it and go after them for it. But at this point, are you suggesting?
The roof has a slope. It's about 2 inches. It's about 2 inches every so many feet for drainage down to the scupper. The level of that slope should have started at a height equal to the scupper, not below. All right?
Okay, but
And that's the engineer's fault.
what? And I agree with you, but
Refuse to do inspections.
at this point, do we delay and go after the engineer and sue the engineer?
We have
Yes, maybe we can document what we're doing and then go after the engineer after for recovery.
Definitely go after.
I have one question. Item number 1, it says remove approximately
Yes.
4 roof sculptures. I think we should strike out approximately
Four.
and hold them to 4, because approximately could be 3. And you can say that
He told us he's building 4.
it's 4.
It's 4.
That's a very valid
So
point.
cross out approximately.
If he's removing 4, it should simply say 4.
You can have 4. 4 is 4.
Yeah. The cost that we've got for proposal is $2,000, which covers manufacture, fabrication of these scuppers, and the installation of the scuppers, removal of debris and so forth off of the roofs. And they've spelled out how they will, what material they use to seal it and so forth.
This will solve the problems of the leaks we had because of the faulty stuff.
Yes, and it will also protect us from any future floods where the roof becomes approved.
Ask a question, has he done anything with the scuppers coming out of the clubhouse?
The clubhouse, he's looked at them, he's got to get a price. He'll get to that after. I wanted this done to be able to present this tonight. He's going to come back on the roof to look at the scuppers and over the deli where we've got the leak.
Yeah, but this really has to be attended to.
Oh, yeah, I can understand it, but I think that right here we have some liability issues with the inspection and the inspector.
Oh, there's no question. No question.
All right, so is there,
So may I have a motion that we accept the proposal of Dantes Roofing?
Yes, I move.
Scott? Seconded by Dan.
any objections? No. Okay. Then-
That's the third way.
Actually,
I buried my agenda. Okay. The pest and termite proposals.
What? I've received 3 proposals for the pest and termite contracts for the community. What I've done is asked these companies to give us an all-in, which will include the interiors, exteriors, rodents, just about everything that they cover, the lawns and so forth. The idea is not to farm it out to different companies, but to have everything in one house. And I've got those in my possession. What I'll do before I bring it to the board, I'll request of the president if we can have a committee of a few members to go over those contracts before we actually present it. So there's no, any discussion at the board level. We'll already have those answers for you. Instead of me just bringing 3 new contracts to you and having to go over it at this level.
Paul, would you be able to take on that chore? I value your ability to really read a contract. I value your ability to really read a contract. Will you choose a member or 2 to do this with you, or your committee?
If you have something to do.
No, I'll work it off.
Michael? Doug, would you work with Paul?